this video I'd just like to share a couple of stories that I've written about in other places on the internet, but I thought it's useful to hear it in my own voice, in my own words. And I'm going back as far as 2001, actually to 2000, when I was planning a trip to Australia and New Zealand with a friend of mine, and I went for a tarot reading in London with a lady who's been reading for about 30 years, as far as I know. She's very, very experienced, and I was basically just asking about the trip and whether I would meet somebody during or after the trip. I'd had some intuition that I was going to meet somebody basically on the trip who would turn out to be an important person in my life, and I was asking about that mainly. But one of the things that this lady said to me was, don't fly in August or September 2001 because there'll be a global event which will make it dangerous to fly. Now, I didn't really think too much about that, but that's specific enough for me to take notice of it when the plane goes into the Twin Towers in September, 9 months later. Actually 10 months later, because this particular reason was December 2000 and we were travelling in the January 2001. So 10 months before it happened, I was told not to fly in August or September by a tarot reader. Now that makes for interesting thinking as far as I'm concerned, because I don't understand how, or didn't understand at the time, how tarot can make that kind of prediction. And actually I think she got it from the astrology, but she gave it to me in the context of a tarot reading because that's how she was speaking to me. And another story that I wanted to relate to people is a situation that I was in 2004, in the December of 2004 and late November, where I just was getting very, very strong intuition and very strong thoughts about something major happening that would cause a lot of destruction and a lot of death. And it made it difficult for me to function, really, because I couldn't get this out of my head for about 2 weeks. I actually found a way to close down and to release the thinking process and the thoughts that were in my head and the intuition, but it took me a while to close it down. And then on Boxing Day 2004, there was a large tsunami in the Indian Ocean, which caused about 250,000 deaths and a lot of destruction. So what I'm saying in this particular video is it is possible to predict global events, because I've got personal experience that it is possible. How it happens, I'm not sure. I've been obviously doing my own personal research to find out how somebody can tell me about a dangerous flying event 10 months before it happens, and I've had that personal experience of intuition about a big global event in 2004. So I don't know exactly how this fits together, but what the point of the video is that it is possible to do this psychically. If I can find a methodology that's consistent and predictable that will give me a correct answer the vast majority of the time, then I'm going to be sharing that with people. Obviously I haven't got that so far, but that's something that I'd quite like to develop. And if there's anybody out there who's got similar things going on in their personal development and their psychic development, then I'd quite like to hear from them. If you're just predicting doom and gloom on a global scale with nothing specific, then I'm not interested in that. But if you're predicting something specific and it's measurable and it's repeatable, then I'm interested in knowing how you're doing it and whether I can do it as well, and what the approach is and what the training is that's required and everything else that goes with it. Okay, that's just me. I'm rambling now, so I'm going to switch off, but thank you for your time, and please rate, share and comment on the video. Thanks for your time.